Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Creative Crafts. I'm Jennifer, and we're with the Avery County Senior Center. Today I have two guests. Of course, Brenda. She loves to come to the crafts. Brenda works here at the center, and then we also have one of our volunteers. Our meal delivery volunteers is Zella. Say hi, Zella.
Hi.
Zella's also a good crafter, but today we are going to make a leaf bowl. I made this morning. It really should dry for a good at least 12 to 24 hours, but I was in a hurry, so I went ahead and did it. So I'm going to tell you your supplies you're going to need. You'll need artificial leaves, or you can use real leaves. You just want to dry them and use Mod Podge. You can also use one of those, any artificial leaves. I got these at Family Dollar. You're going to need Mod Podge. You can buy this anywhere, Walmart. Sometimes you can find them at Dollar General, Dollar Tree sometimes, Hobby Lobby, Michael's, things like that. I recommend a sponge paint. It works the best when you're dealing with Mod Podge, because it's almost like a decoupage is what we're doing. And I just have these couple bowls because just so I can set my balloon on them. Gloves, you don't have to have gloves, but if you don't want glue all over your hands, I recommend it. And just these little party balloons. You can also, you could use a bowl. I've seen people use a bowl and they put saran wrap over top of it and then lay it that way. You can do it that way too. I just chose the balloon. I'm going to fill my bowl up with these scented pine cones, and I got extra for y'all too. And I brought my jute because sometimes I like to make a bow to go with mine. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and pop this balloon. Now, the idea is it's supposed to be a bowl. Let's see. It will. It's just not quite dry, but now I don't like balloons. Here I go.
Oh, heck, you're supposed to stick it, Jennifer.
Oh, no way, Jose. I ain't
Yeah,
sticking
it's
it.
go flying around the room.
All right. It's going to take a while
Lord,
to deflate.
Oh,
Oh, there it goes.
holler boo, Philip. See if you'll jump.
All right. Woo! Okay. Now, mine is still, it is still wet. But that is the gist. That's why you want to make sure it is totally dry before you pop that balloon. All this will dry. This is just, the glue's still a little damp. And once it dries, I will clean up any kind of edges, trim it up. I'm going to leave it right here. Now you can see, I was telling the ladies over here, there's kind of floppy, and what I'll do once it dries, I'll tack it with a little bit of,
Hot glue.
Thank you, hot glue. I'll tack it with a little bit of hot glue. So anyways, so that's why it's really important to let it dry for a good, 24 hours. Yeah, mine is not dry, but it's dry enough. It held its shape. See? And you see the little, you'll just clean that up afterward. But cute. All right, let's get to it. I'm going to set this over here. All right, you're going to blow up your balloon. I've already got some folks with their balloons already blown up. You want a pretty good size. That's pretty good. Why you wanted a pretty good size, I started off with a smaller balloon and the leaves weren't curving right over that balloon. I had a heck of a time, so I thought, well, what's going on? Well, I made my balloon a little bit bigger and it makes more sense. And if if you don't have a bowl, you can use about anything just to hold it on. You're going to start with Mod Podge. Oh, let me put my gloves on. See, I almost forgot. You don't have to wear gloves, but I don't know. Having glue all over your hands, especially after you've, had a manicure, it's not fun because I got to redo my nails. Okay. All right. So I'm just going to get some of my leaves out. Get that one out of the way. I am going to start my balloon around that rim first with the leaves. So I will put Mod Podge all the way like a circle or like a rim. Be generous with it. You don't want the bowl too big. I'm just doing the rim right now. And then I will go ahead and start my leaves. Now I'm going to set my balloon down. I'm also going to put Mod Podge on my leaf too. See, Zella? Well, you've done decoupage before. It's the same thing. I'm going to start my leaves pointing up. Press it in. And like I said, don't worry about the things popping up. And you're just going to continue to go all the way around. I would change your colors. Don't be stingy with the Mod Podge. Go around. Go again. I am not overlapping at this time.
These bent won't stay down.
Yeah, don't worry about it, because what you're going to do, Zella, you're going to continue building on top of that. Yeah, these leaves are pretty stiff. I noticed that when I was doing that one. Continue to go around my rim.
It'll make it a stronger bowl too, though.
That's true, because they are stiffer leaves. The hardest part is keeping that balloon still.
Yeah.
There. What I've also, sometimes I'll just grab a hold of the bowl. Now, just really quick, you'll see that these leaves have a little bit of a bend. You want to make sure that the curve goes down on the balloon, because of the curve of the balloon. I meant to tell you that, Zella. Whoops. And make sure I would recommend using some kind of tablecloth. And anyways, just keep on building it around. Let me hurry up and do this, and I'll show you how to you're just starting to build it all up. How's it going, Zella?
It's going.
Yeah, you just have to be patient, and like I said, a lot of Mod Podge. You know, there's actually a recipe you can make your own Mod Podge. Saw it on Pinterest. I need to find it, 'cause I love to make my own stuff. All right. Now you can see my whole rim is done. Now I'm going to start building up. And where I'm going to start now is I'm going to start in the center, and I'm going to kind of start going down. Now, I will actually hold my balloons out like this. When it gets really crazy, I'll hold on to it. You don't have to, but it's really up to you. I'm just putting Mod Podge up there. That's why, I mean, honestly, a bowl would work. It's stable. But I just like playing with the balloon.
Except for when you have to pop it.
Yeah, except when I gotta pop it. A little bit of Mod Podge there. Alright, now I'm gonna start in the center, and I'm just gonna build around. So I went all the way around,
Okay.
and I start in the center, and then I'm gonna start layering. And like I said, don't worry if they're not secure all the way on the balloon. Once it dries, you can tack it down with hot glue. I don't like dealing with these ones, the ones that are bent, because they are not gonna hold well on there. See, Zella?
Yeah.
The bent ones, they're just not gonna hold. So I just set those aside and save them for a different project. I will have to put mine in my bowl again. That's the hardest part, holding on to the darn balloon.
That's right.
I love these gold. The gold is really pretty. And now I'm just going to start putting them over top of each other. And like I said, it's okay if they're flipping up, because this whole pack, I'm going to use most of it. see, find where that curve is. It's important.
You're not supposed to, you're not
Balloon got
supposed-
away from you.
You're not supposed to video that.
When you go, I have to turn the camera. It's requirement. That's cameraman 101. Always look for the accident.
First you need to glue your balloon down into your bowl. To hold on to it.
I think I should have gotten a bigger bowl, maybe.
You could do that though with that foam bowl. Just
Yeah.
glue it down in the bowl. Don't use hot glue on the balloon though. It won't stay a balloon.
As you can see, I'm just kind of overlapping them is what I'm doing. And I'll continue just to make sure it's overlapped as I go. See, Zella?
Yeah.
I think you got it.
Yeah.
Just continue overlapping. And the main thing is patience. When it comes to crafts, if you're a crafter, patience is a virtue. When it comes to crafting. That's the only kind of patience I have is when I'm crafting. It's funny, people always say, oh, you've got the patience of Job. I say, you really don't know me, do you? That's what I tell people. No, I'm a lot better than I used to be, I'll admit. All right, and I think I'm about done with this side. Basically, is what you're going to do is you're going to continue to build it and cover all your holes. Spin this around, you can see that one. See, I still have a few little holes over there, but I'll continue to do that. So I'm actually going to set this one aside, and I'm going to bring up this one because this is, like I said, it's going to take 24 hours to dry. I recommend that. First I said 12, but looking at that, my example, go with the 24. Now I am going to set this one aside, and I'll continue building that up in a minute. But what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to show you how, like I said, how you can tack it. Oh, I'm just getting rid of this glue here. And don't worry about these glues. I'll take care of them later. But I'm going to show you real quick on how you can fix these little ones that are lifting up. Got my glue gun over here. If you don't have a glue gun, you can also add a little bit more Mod Podge to that too. But I like my handy dandy glue gun. I added some glue and just press it down. Be very careful. Again, glue is hot. There. It just tacked it down really nice. I'll show you better when it's sitting up. I'm going to do this for a second. There. Just to kind of hold it shape because mine's not dry all the way. See, this is what I say when you can use a bowl. See, Zella, you can use a bowl. But if you use a bowl, make sure you put saran wrap around it. Have you ever done, let me do a little bit right here. Have you ever done a fabric bowl?
Yeah.
Same thing. When you make a fabric bowl with usually you use a fabric stiffener, don't you?
We did those when we was at the park in Florida.
There we go. But anyways, you just kind of continue to go around and just kind of tack it and clean it up, clean up the glue. But if yours dries all the way, you won't have to worry about the glue, like mine. All right, so I'm going to show you how to make a bow. Like I said, it doesn't look so great, but I will tell you once it dries completely, it will dry clear. So don't fret. Set this aside. If you want a bow, you're going to need jute. Shoot. Or, and make sure you have paper towel around. Alright, if you remember from my last classes about the the bow, I take my 4 fingers and I wrap it around anywhere from 8 to 10 times. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And once it's at that 8, I will cut it. I will cut another little piece. I will take this piece between, let me hold that, between my 2 fingers, right here. This is the little tricky part. You just kind of push it in. Again, patience. And there it is. All right, so you can see you take it between the 2. Don't worry about these. I am going to lift it off my fingers. Oh, be careful not to twist too hard, not to wrap it too hard. Your fingers will turn purple. And don't blame me. They turn purple. All right, you see I just went ahead and tied it. And there's a pretty little bow. I will tie it one more time. I always want to knot it. Trim off your edges. Trim that off too. Oops. And there's your pretty little bow. And I will add it to, I will just kind of glue it to any side. Like I'll probably just glue it right about there, just to add some detail. To help with mine, because it's not quite dry, I'm going to take my bowl again, and I will go ahead and glue my bow. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. I'll kind of glue it right here so you can see. Hot glue. Tomorrow, once the one I'm making now, once it dries completely, I will post it on our Facebook page, so you can see it. You see what happened? It glued to my cup. That is not a good thing. There we go. Cute. I don't know. I think the bow might be too heavy. What do you think, Sella?
Yeah, it is. I think it'll be without the bow.
Better without the bow. Definitely. Let's get some of this out of the way so you can see it. And like I said, this one that I'm working on right now, I'll complete it today. Tomorrow, after it dries completely, I'll post it. But this was the gist of it. I got these at you can get them at Dollar General, Walmart, Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, all the places. It's just little pine cones, the scented pine cones, and my idea was I was just gonna fill my little basket with some pine cones. There, cute. I need some small ones. This is a small little basket. And I apologize that it's not dry all the way, but the one I post tomorrow will be. You'll see a little bit better. Well, there, that's kind of cute. What do you think? Let me get this one out of the way. Can you see? And if you have any questions regarding this craft, you can always call the Avery County Senior Center, 828-733-8220, or you can leave a comment. If you do enjoy our craft sessions, please press the like button. That way we know exactly, who's watching us and who wants to continue watching us. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next week.